when you open your Canva app, you are going to see this. Now the first thing you need to do is to click on this plus here. Click on it. Now when you click on the plus, you are going to see this stuff. Now click on this to choose your size that you want to start with. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to click 1080, and after doing this, I'll click on create new design. Now we are here. Now if you get something like this, just hold this place, hold it and just drag it down. Okay, so you just drag it down so it will reveal your background. Now the first thing we are going to do, we want to change the color of the background, and to do that we are just going to click on this color here. We click on it and then we choose black. Now after choosing black, click on this to cancel. Now the next thing, click on it. Now the next thing we are going to do, we want to bring in our images that are supposed to be in this side. So I'll click on my gallery. I'll click on gallery here. Click on gallery. Now we are here in my gallery, so I'm going to just be bringing the images in. So I'll click on the first one and I'll click on add to page. So I'll click on add to page, and this is it. So I'm just going to increase the size. I increase the size of it, and I'm going to place it here like this. Now I'll bring in the other image using that same method. Please note, anytime you see this, just click on the cancel button so you can see the other options. So I'm going to click on gallery. I'll click on gallery, and then I'm going to bring in the black one, this one. So I'll click on it and click on add to page. So I'm going to increase the size, and I'm going to place it here like this. Okay, alright. So the next thing I want to do, I want to start writing my text. So I'm going to click on text, and I'm going to click on heading, this one, heading. I'll click on heading, and I'm going to write Ionis culture. I think I'm not even pronouncing this well. Is it culture or culture? Alright, so whatever the pronunciation is, the most important thing is we get our design right. So for this, these options will come up. So I'm going to change the color. I'll click on color and change it to white so we can see it very well. Okay, so this is it. This is what we wrote. So these options will come at the bottom, and I want to choose font. So I'm going to click on font, and I'll click on font. And when I click on font, you are going to see different fonts here that you can pick. You can also click on this one so that you see a long list of good fonts that you can actually use for your work. So I'm going to use this particular font called the Seasons. So I'm going to use it. Look at it, the Seasons. This is the one I used. So I'm just going to use the help of this to reduce the size, and then I'm going to place it here like this. Now the next thing I want to do, I'll scroll to my right. I'll click on this spacing. I'll click on it, and then line spacing. I'm going to reduce the line spacing so the space between Adonis and Culture won't be too much. So after doing that, I'll go back. I'll click on this B format. I'll click on it, and I'm going to click on this so that A and C will start from the same place. So I'll click on it. This is it, as you can see. Okay. So the next thing I want to do, I want to bring in that white square-like stuff and write my text there, some of my text there. So to do that, I'm going to click on element, and I'm going to click on this. I'll click on it, and then when I click on it, I'm just going to reduce it, and then place it here like this. The next thing, I'll click on color, and I'll change my color to white. After changing the color to white, I'm going to scroll, and I'm going to look for this position, and I'll click on position, and I'll take it backward or to back. Now after doing this, the next thing I will do, this particular one, I'm going to copy it. After copying it, I'm just going to reduce this size, and I'm going to click on color, and I'll change this particular color. I'm going to change this particular color to yellow. Still going to reduce it. I'll change it to yellow, and I will just use the help of this to place it properly, to move it properly. Yeah. Now the next thing I want to do, we want to continue our writing. So I'm going to click on text, and I'll click on body. I'll click on it, and then I'm going to be writing what this business does. Now I'm done writing it. I actually wrote it off screen, so this is it here. Now I'm going to tell you how I got this mark. That's this stuff, these marks. Now to get it, all you need to do is, when you want to edit your stuff, you go to where you normally choose symbols in your phone. You go to it where you normally choose symbols, and then you look for mark in yours. Now if there is no mark in yours, you can use any other thing for it, but most ones will have mark in them. Now let's move. Now this particular one, we are going to come to spacing. We are going to reduce the line spacing. First of all, we are going to reduce the size. Okay, and then before trying to alter the line spacing, the next thing, I'll click on B format, and then I'm going to pick this. Okay, so I'll just use the help of this node to place it properly here. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'll just copy this. I've copied it and I'll change it to resew. Okay, so I've changed it, and I'm just going to, this is it here. I'm just going to use the help of this button to move it to this place. Now I'm going to go to the next plating. I'm going to go to B again, B format, and I'll click on this B to make my stuff bold. Now the next thing I want to do, I want to bring in the other images that are supposed to be here. So I'll click on gallery, and I'm going to bring in the images. So I'll click on the first one. Let me just click on all. I can bring in all at the same time. So I'll just click on it and then click on add to page. So this is it. This is all of them. So what I'll just start doing, I'll just start arranging them. So I'm going to reduce this. I'm going to reduce it now. Going to reduce it, and I'll place it here like this. The next one, this is the next one. I'm going to reduce it and place it here like this. Now this is the last one. I'm going to reduce it, and then I'm going to place it properly here like this. Let me click on each of them. Now if you see my the image I sent to you in the class, you notice there's something like a white line around each of them. So this is how you are going to do it. Just click on each of them, and then you're going to click on style. You click on style, and then you click on this. Now when you click on it, all you need to do, when you click on it, is to alter this border width a little. Please let it not be too much. So I think I'll just change the number. 2 is okay. So now they are going to ask you here border color. This is where you are going to change the color. Change it to white, and you see that there's now white around it. Okay, so we are going to repeat for all of them. I'll change this to 3. I'm going to repeat this for all of them. Alright, so the next thing I want to do, I'll click on my gallery and I'll bring in the tape like stuff. This is it, and I'm going to use the help of this to slant it like this, and I'm going to place it here like this. Now the next thing, I'll click on gallery again. I'll bring in this particular one, bring it in, click on add to page. I will increase the size and I'm going to place it at the back of this. Now it's at the front, right? To take it to the back, all we need to do, we'll scroll to our right and we'll click on position, and then we'll take it to back. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on element. I'll click on element and I'll click on square, normal square shape. This is my normal square shape. So this is it. I'm going to use the help of this button to increase the size. Now after increasing the size, I'm going to put it here like this. I'm going to click on color, change the color to white. Then I'm going to go to position. I'll go to position and I'll take it to back. The next thing I want to do is to write phone number. So before that, I need to bring in the phone number icon. So I'm just going to click on element. Click on element. And there are a lot of phone number icons here that I can use, and I can use them for free. So I'm just going to click on this and I'm going to reduce the size. Then with the help of this, I'll just start taking it to this place. It's still too big, we need to reduce the size. So I'm done reducing the size. I'm just going to take it here. And the next thing, or the last thing I will do, I'll click on my text and I'll click on add subheading, this place, subheading, and I'm going to write my phone number there. So this is it. I'm just going to reduce the size a bit and I'm going to place it here like this. So we are done with the design. Now the last thing we are going to do is to save our work. So to save your work, you can either click on this or you click on this and your work is going to be saved. So let me click on one and I'm going to save as image. So that is all.